and a little bit of black and white.
Okay,
And
cool.
that gives me more of this sagey green color. And then to get the dusty rose, I used white and I think primary magenta and added a little bit of umber just to um, kind of give it that dusty look or, a little bit more muted look. So those are the colors I'm going to be using. Plus, I have the white out and obviously I have the black. And I'm just going to move that off to the side. And so here's the paper I'm going to start with. I took pieces of my journal um, and ripped them up because, they're just expressions of gratitude from that period 14 years ago. And so I put them down with some matte medium and I put a coat of gesso over it. And I'm just going to start building layers.
Hey, yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
So
This
I've
is
got
my
some,
attempt at the olive green, so you can see that I need some work. So I'm gonna take your add the gold and the
Well, and I found that this new Liquitex color, which I know I can't find out what it is, makes a perfect sage green.
oh, that's nice
it
color right
doesn't say
there.
it
It
doesn't say the
does. It's
color on there.
underneath here.
Oh,
I've got I collaged over the color. So I'm
uh-huh.
desperately trying to, I think it's just called gray green,
Oh,
Okay.
but
okay.
it makes a fabulous, because here it is in the blue gray. Yeah, this is
Uh-huh.
green. It's called green gray. I can see the G in the beginning. Yep. It's called green gray, and it's a fairly new Liquitex color, and it
Okay.
makes a fabulous, you can just do a little touch of something like unbleached titanium or your yellow ochre, and it'll make a fabulous, because that's what this sage color is
Mm-hmm.
that I have in there, is that color, because I fell in love with it last 2 months ago when you made me go neutral.
Made
Making me
you.
go going neutral is not my natural place, but I'm embracing it. And so I'm going to try my rose with the Caput Mortem Violet that I think is so fabulous. And,
Mm-hmm.
and to add some white to that and see how that comes out for a
Cool.
dusky rose. I think it's going to come out really well. It may come out a little bit too bright, but I don't think so. Look at that color. It's a fabulous. It's
Oh, that's beautiful.
it's showing up a little more purple than it really
Mm-hmm.
is. So I may throw just a tad of this green in there because that will neutralize it, right? Isn't that our color theory?
Yes. Yes, a little bit of green will neutralize that.
And so then I may get a much duskier. Ooh, it's really a pretty color. It's more violet, but I still love it. Okay. So again, I'm going to kind of do the same thing you're doing. I'm going to start with some stenciling and
Yeah, I'm just getting
add,
some color.
just add some color to the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my some lovely little stencils out.
And are you working on a piece of wabi sabi paper?
Well, I used the wabi sabi paper. I put this on a piece of just mixed media paper, and it's about a
Okay.
50-pound piece of paper. So I
Mm-hmm.
collaged the wabi sabi down because it was
Okay.
for tissue papery. So
Uh-huh.
that's what I'm working on for that. And I am looking for my sponge, which is, and so I can go and put some of this interesting color in spots and places. And there I go. Wow, that's not really going through the way I like it. Need to be lighter. Sometimes I have just way too heavy of a hand.
Okay. I'm just going to continue to get color down.
But I love this color. So
And I'm starting with one of my favorite little stencils.
That is a
All
beautiful
right.
stencil.
I know, it's fun. Even though I usually start with a dark background, but that's okay. Some of that white will show through. And I need a different shape. And so that's a lot of round stuff. So I'm going to pick maybe some squares. Laura, you're starting with a kind of
Yeah, I just took the palette knife. I
a,
turned
okay.
my green, I mixed it a little bit to turn it into an
Uh-huh.
olive. I also have this
Nice.
purple color because like Terry, I'm thinking about some Thanksgiving cards.
Yeah, that's exactly
Ah,
what I'm
okay.
thinking about, is some Thanksgiving cards. And so I want to end up with some really interesting, oh, well, that's not my tool. Has anybody else found that if you try to use the cheap palette knives, that after maybe a year, they just decide they're giving up? They're like, oh, my plastic is going to break in half.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, I pulled up my metal ones. I got. They're not doing me any good downstairs. I'm gonna bring them up. So.
right, yeah, yeah, it's really hard when I'm trying to do um,
Mm.
trying to do something and all of a sudden this stuff is just like breaking on me and I'm like, no, I don't want that to
Well,
happen.
that's not good.
No.
So I'm just adding a little bit of stuff to mine in the,
I'm just getting some color on the background,
yeah.
building this up.
And I think I'm gonna end up
And
with different colors in here.
I
You'll
need to pick
see.
up some wipes.
Huh?
I need some wipes. Okay. I'm ready.
and as always, when I have black paint anywhere,
You get
somehow
it
I
all
manage
over
to
you.
get, I don't know. I always manage to, and it's only black. All right, let's figure out where they got that from so we don't do it again.
Going from the different direction. I probably should take this. I had a fan drying my stuff and I've got it running on me and I don't really want it doing that right now. Okay,
These are pretty.
just starting to fill in. We will see. Trying this Japanese brush. I'm not sure if I really liked that one. So I'm just working. Need that color. I think I want a rosier.
Yep. Just getting some color, different spots. I don't know where this is going yet.
I think that's part of the fun of everything is not really knowing exactly where it's going yet.
Yeah.
Just starting to get myself mixing some paint up, trying to get it to where I want it to be in color is always challenging.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since I am this, huge primary color kind of person. I tend to really do a lot of primary colors and things. So trying to change. Feel like it's just going to end up being a little noisy at the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's noisy.
Yep. But that's just what layers are. I think
Right.
that sometimes I forget the word layer, you know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I end up doing all of this stuff and then I'm like, but wait a second. And I'm forgetting that this is just a layer.
Right.
It's not the end. It's not the where I'm going to.
B in the end.
Right, yeah, it's just the beginning of setting some colors out and filling in some spaces. And I'm not doing watercolor. I don't have to leave the whites. I can make the whites come back, so
Right.
I can play with the color combinations and see, what happens when I maybe glaze over something with that's already at 3 layers, which is what I'm doing right now. These
Mhm.
colors aren't coming out as nicely on this as
I had these in my stash and I've never used rub-ons a lot because I like creating my own stuff, but this is kind of fun. Have you guys ever used the rub-ons?
I haven't used the
I
rub-on.
haven't. I don't
That
think I have any.
Like I said, I normally like to use my own, but I came across this and I was like, you know what? I'll use it sometime. And I think I've had it for a few years. I
Huh.
think
Cool.
why not? We're doing layers.
we are
Hmm.
doing layers and they can get on a lot of things. And I'm going to do some dragonflies underneath everything. So let's see.
Bravery. Dragonflies stand for bravery, right?
I always thought it was for me, getting through illusion, you know,
Ah, okay.
getting yourself. I studied with a Native American over in the Seattle area, and to her, the dragonflies were always the cutting through the illusions of life and clarity. Oh, we'll see.
For me,
Yeah,
I guess somewhere I associated it with
bravery.
bravery.
Well, that's another good one to associate it with. And mine is just so simply not my colors.
Yeah, me neither.
So let me go. Let me
So this
see.
is this is new. I'm just kind of glazing this over, getting rid of a lot of the white
Yeah,
with the yellow ochre, which I kind of like. It's helping pull it together.
I'm pulling
I
a
can
little of this off, and I may start some glazing too.
like
Um,
so I have hardly any paint at all on my sponge, just enough that I can push some color into the paper because I'm not using my quinacridone nickel azo gold, which would
well,
also do the same thing.
that's exactly what I was thinking of
You're
doing.
going for that?
Well, my problem is that mine has become much too cool for gratitude for me. All of my
Cool. Oh,
colors
cool colors.
have
Yeah.
really cooled down,
Yeah.
even though I was trying to use the redder colors. So
Hmm.
I am thinking on mine, that I may unify the whole thing with the same trick that you're using is
Hmm.
a very thin coating of quinacridone nickel azo gold. I think but I'm drying it enough that it's not going to, because sometimes when I get to this place where the idea was good, but the color combinations are not singing for me,
Right.
then that unifying it all, I think, is going to work. But we'll see. I'm afraid it might go too orange instead of ochre, but I'm going to use the real nickel anzo, which.
Okay, I think I'm happy with the background. Just have to figure out where I'm going now.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Really?
is it acting up on you?
Mm. My nickel ends at, I'm like, I want to use the good stuff, not the Dick Blick came out with kind of a fake one, and I'm not happy with it. So I'm trying to find the golden one
Ah,
because I really like the golden
yeah,
one.
the golden one's the one I like.
It's my favorite. Of course, Dick Blick was the one that came out with the original, absolutely first quinacridones. They came out with them years ago, but it was so long ago. Um, you know, they started the whole thing, and when the quinacridones ran out because they were new, because some of these pigments have disappeared.
Hmm.
Um, and now they're hard to get. So what I'm doing is because I really want this very thin, I
Hmm.
am putting a little bit of gloss medium on it and then
Hmm.
in it so that I can literally just kind of rub it in. And I think it's doing kind of what I want it to do.
Yeah.
I think it is. It's giving me the sagier green. If I had, of course, my liquid is in the other
The
studio.
other studio. Of
Hence
course it
I'm
is.
doing it. Hence I'm doing it this way. There are disadvantages to being in the other studio. And then yesterday I had to go down and meet with a bunch of women down in the Georgia that had been in some of my gel plate classes. And so I had to put all the stuff in the car, and I didn't get everything unpacked today because I have to go back into the studio. The
Well, that
studio.
sounds like a fun trip, though.
It was a fun
Really.
trip. It was a very fun trip. We are. I've been having these gel plate printing classes live up here in Murphy um,
Great.
every month. You're doing them too, aren't you, down there in Florida, Corrine?
Yeah, they start in December. I have one and then I have a whole series. I've got
Yeah,
four classes in January.
yeah. And in February, I'm supposed to teach a lesson face, gel plate
All right.
printing and collage.
Yeah. I
So
didn't
that's going to be online too.
I got the
Yeah, so
invitation for lesson face, but I did not. I just have too much going on to give
yeah,
that
yeah.
enough attention.
Yeah, well, I said no 3 times and finally he just said, "Can I put these up?" And I said, "Okay, okay, okay." He really wanted to put them up. And we'll see.
All right.
Ah, so I like that. I like what happened with this. I think it ended up looking much more cohesive. And
Yes, I
but
like that. It's very
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, it's back to being me.
Yep.
But it doesn't have to, it's not, it doesn't scream only,
Right.
it was just not working the other way. And this little piece of collage decided that it wanted to come up. So now I have to think of what I want to do next. And it might actually be another whole. I don't know whether it's another whole level or whether I'm going to put more collage pieces in. I don't know.
And I really want to change and make it
I
dark.
definitely won't be finishing this on the call.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, I'm not going to finish mine on the
But that's
call.
okay. I think the important part is, for the viewers, to understand, really the process that we go through and we're thinking through as we create our layered papers.
Yes. And I love that. That's what,
Okay.
yeah, I think it's important to also, what I discovered yesterday when I was talking to people is that they thought that they were supposed to have everything in one layer somehow.
Ah.
That they're not
Hmm.
going like you, Laurie, and I are going back and forth and putting different pieces over different layers and transparent pieces over um, other piece, because like right now, Laurie's putting that little piece of those pieces of transparent paper in, and
Hmm.
but you're going to see what's underneath a little bit because
Right.
Right.
it's going to just peek through. And a lot of people don't understand that that is also part of the process.
And sometimes
Right.
you don't even end up seeing your background in the end.
I frequently don't end up seeing some of my background in the,
Yeah.
but it also is about just kind of finding your, I don't know, I can't quite explain it, but it is very interesting. I want to
Yes.
stamp words in these things.
I'm probably going to add stamps to mine.
Yeah, that's
Um,
exactly where I was
I'll
going.
keep adding layers until I decide what the top layer is going to be and
Yours
really
looks
what I'm going to
really,
make it into.
yeah, yours looks very much like a fall. Um,
Yeah, I did manage to get my colors mixed in a way that I was pretty happy with it.
yeah, yeah. I'm much happier with my color combination now here
Yeah, I
than
like that.
when I edited it, but I'm not, I'm going to start putting some, and I don't know whether I want to do it with actual stencils or whether I want to do it with some paper. I want to put some texture in it of some sort. So
Yeah.
I am reaching into our old pieces of paper that we made last week and maybe tearing some up and putting a little texture in places. Because I love texture.
I definitely want more swirls of some kind. We are almost at time. We have just a couple of minutes,
Okay.
just FYI.
Okay.
So
These
I
were
did
all.
notice, I was going to mention that I did notice I did a really big collage the other day. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
really,
I thought it was cool.
yeah, it was very fun. And
Yeah.
and one of the things I really noticed on it was
Yeah.
that using, if I wanted transparency, the gloss medium really made a difference. If
Mm-hmm.
I, and so here I'm doing that. I want some transparency here. And so putting this gloss medium rather than the matte medium gives me a whole nother, can you see the other layer of transparency that it gives you?
Yeah.
It
Wow.
Yes.
really makes a huge difference.
Wow.
So I learned that from Elizabeth St. Hilaire. And
Mm-hmm.
um, and the secret is that you have to put it the on the paper, on the back of the paper, and then on the front
Yes.
paper. And it will dry really clear. And the other thing that I learned the other day was that you can then take the same, whether you use Liquitex or you use Golden, you can take the same gloss medium, and I'm going to try it on my big one that I just did, and use
Mm-hmm.
it as a leveling. You know how I usually put a coat of medium over everything, use it
Yes.
as the leveling, but I always hate the shininess. But then I
Mm-hmm.
can sand it lightly with a steel wool, and then I can take my cold wax over that
Uh-huh.
and rub that in as the final finish for kind of a satin finish to everything.
That's kind of neat. Does it change the look of it?
I'm going to, for our patrons, I'm going to do it for this month.
Okay.
So they can
Cool.
see. So I will record it for all of you.
All right,
Great.
cool.
But look how cool that is.
I know.
That it went totally see-through on that piece of paper. And, it was just, I'm fairly certain it was just wet strength tissue.
And how did you make the texture in it?
The texture was made with a little bit of texture paste
Paste?
and, yeah, texture paste and a tiny bit of titanium buff.
Okay. Because
We
it
made
was your texture paste was clear, or was it opaque?
it was I don't know. It must have
Okay.
been clear. It wasn't
Yeah,
the clear clear.
I have both
Right,
from Ranger.
it wasn't the clear,
Okay.
but it didn't have much, there's places here that there's not much in there. I
Right.
did it's not really, there's really thick places. See here, that's the full thickness, and here it's not the full thickness
Uh-huh.
because I
I see
deliberately
that.
did that. So it was a little kind of that. So anyway, I'm sorry I went over.
That's
Didn't
all
mean to
right.
do that.
That's
So,
fine. Okay, so we are at time, ladies. And
Okay.
I hope everybody enjoyed watching us create our textured backgrounds today. If you enjoyed today's video, certainly check out the rest on our channel. And check out our website at exploremixedmedia.com. Our patrons also receive 1 hour private Zoom session with us a month where we do a project and also one pre-recorded project per month. So check us out and we'll see you all next Friday.
see you
Bye-bye,
next Friday,
everyone.
girls.
Bye-bye.
Bye.